Right, we're seeing The Meg today.
The Meg or Meg? Is it
The
Meg?
Meg.
The Meg.
Tut Meg. The new Jason Statham film. He's the only name actor I remember who's in it. I recognise a few of the other actors, but Jason Statham is the only name that
name I know.
comes to mind. Right off the bat, I've heard it's a pale Jaws imitation. But when you say shark movie, is there any other real shark film you can think of? No, it's Jaws. It's always just Jaws.
Jaws or Deep Blue Sea for me, being a 90s kid.
Yeah, Deep Blue Sea. It's that too, but the most legendary one is Jaws.
Jaws.
But with Meg, it's about a megalodon. I think megalodons are fascinating creatures. Biggest shark that ever lived.
Yeah,
So
big buggers.
Pretty cool. So this is a sort of classic humans against nature film.
Well, it's not multiple, is it? It's just one big, massive shark.
Yeah, it's just one, I think.
Right.
The Megs.
The Meg.
But what's funny is, like, there's bits in the trailer where they're in this underwater facility and, like, these octopus tentacles wrapped around, so it's like the Meg and friends. It's like the Meg and these other creatures. So,
yeah.
So
they just have a couple of them and they're massive.
A few of them. So, what I liked about it is watching the trailers. It starts off kind of you get that little girl and she walks up, and then this giant pair of teeth go up, but then it sort of cuts to like a beach and it's like a kind of funky tune. So I'm like, okay, this movie clearly has a kind of tongue-in-cheek tone.
Yeah, I think it's going to have a bit of a sense of humour.
Yeah.
It's going to be able to laugh at itself, kind of thing.
That's sort of Jason Statham laughing at yourself, like making fun kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be too serious. So I reckon there'll be a fair amount of action. There'll be a fair amount of
it's got Jason Statham in it. He has to be equipped with a weapon at some point.
I like he's one of those, I really like Jason Statham. He's a throwback.
He's
to like,
kind of like the British version of The Rock to me, in which he could just be in any movie and he just makes it enjoyable.
Sort of hey look, Jason Statham, brilliant.
Jason Statham, cool. That'll do. Kind of
so
thing.
that's working in its favour. So far, critical consensus just under 50%, I think. And again, like I say, pale Jaws imitation, but still kind of fun. Blah blah. It doesn't quite pack the bite. Puns.
That was painful.
Again, like the likes of Jaws, but you don't see. Do you see? I mean, usually when you think of shark movies, you either think of Jaws or you think of nonsense like is it Mega Shark versus Sharknado, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus. So like, because of Jaws, like the thing a lot of people don't realize is great whites are not. Sharks don't really like to eat humans because we don't have enough on us. They like to eat seals and stuff like that. Yeah. But because of Jaws, sharks got a reputation in the movie world as these vicious killers who will just bite any human they see.
Who hunt humans.
So so there was Jaws, and then there was tons of shitty B movies and shitty Jaws sequels. Yes. And now we have the Meg, which is dealing with the megalodon.
Do you think this will be a one-off, or do you think they'll do a ton of sequels with this?
It depends how much money it makes. If it makes, because you get that thing nowadays where even if a movie absolutely does not need a sequel, if it makes enough money, they'll find an excuse to do one.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm just thinking if they're gonna have something at the end that'll like hint to another movie.
Or like an end credit sequence kind of thing. So
maybe I don't know. Overall, I've already in the mindset of. If it's like Fast and the Furious, where I just don't overthink it, but I'll still really enjoy it, kind of thing. Yeah,
but having seen Ant-Man the last time, my thought is this.
My expectations for the next movie are not that great.
No, my thought is please let this one at least be fun, and I reckon it will because again, it looks like it is more of a.
I think it's like a standard popcorn movie that you're just going to go and enjoy.
Yeah, it looks like a sort of again sort of silly, light-hearted tone.
Yeah.
But you got Statham, you got a giant goddamn shark, so.
Probably some puns.
Yeah, like honestly, some of the humour in the trailer looked a bit rubbish. Like this guy's talking about Jason Statham, he's got kind of a negative attitude, and there's a pause for laughs. I'm like, was that a joke? I don't know.
Maybe it was out of context.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe.
But as long as they don't have that annoying, one guy that's always trying to make funny quips.
Yeah.
But is an irritation.
Yes.
So.
I mean, I get the sense that it's sadly going to be one person that's the comic relief.
Yeah.
Somebody making the jokey lines the whole time.
You could give Jason Statham the lines because he can be funny. Yeah. You can just give him the funny lines.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But anyway, right. So that's it. I really can't think of anything else to say. So it's.
I think maybe Ant-Man in the last movie just kind of drained around.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm just saying the same thing. I'm just hoping it'll be fun. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not expecting this to.
No. I'm not expecting Oscar material
here. It's not
going
to blow any bloody doors off. Yes. No. The Academy won't be paying attention to this one. I don't think. But hopefully.
I just want to have fun.
Just want to have fun with Jason Statham
and a giant
shark.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really good kids book actually. So anyway, so we'll head in now. See how it is. Alright, we're just out of seeing the Meg. Overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I liked it. I liked it a hell of a lot more than I liked Ant-Man and the Wasp anyway.
Yes. Yes.
I actually
Good.
enjoyed
yes.
this one. I thought Jason Statham was fantastic.
Jason
Yeah,
Statham.
he was really good.
Come on.
It's essentially Jason Statham
The
playing
gruff
Jason
British
Statham.
guy who's a
Yeah.
bit bitter
But-
and doesn't want to come back to helping people and
But
stuff. And
it
ends up
was
doing
funny.
it
You got to,
anyway.
you got to go through a lot of expressions and stuff. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
The rest of the cast were good as well.
Yeah, pretty sound.
There were a few annoying characters, a few sort of stereotypes and such, but yeah, I can't think of. It was just really enjoyable.
Yeah,
That's the
it was
thing.
just a very, very good popcorn flick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Jaws is a lot better.
Yeah, Jaws is
yes, it
much
doesn't
more
really
classic.
break any mold.
Yeah.
And if you want to go into the, I had trouble ignoring this. The sort of, I guess, the sort of science and nature of the whole story is basically you've got this
Yeah.
megalodon, which the Mariana Trench, the lowest point in the ocean, that's actually just like a layer of, like sort of like
Was it
it's like
layer
a
of
very
hydrogen something,
like a
they
very
said?
cold layer. So you go underneath, and there's a whole world underneath it. Where the Meg's been. What's the
Yeah.
Meg been doing down there? How did the Meg end up there? There was barely anything for it to eat under there.
No idea.
And also the whole thing about, there's a lot of this movie where basically the shark, the Meg in this movie, is either attracted to light, to movement, or sound, basically depending on what the plot needs.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when there's a light shining, a shark will be attracted to it. Later on, it won't be attracted to it because something will be shaking over there. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, because I don't know loads about sharks, but I know sharks have this very acute sense of movement. So even if you're next to a shark, if you're dead still, it can sense your heartbeat, and that's how sharks hunt. But suddenly there's a bit where they put a mobile phone in the water and they play a whale song, and the shark immediately goes to it, like, no.
Immediately goes to it right in front of a group of people that are like moving their
Yes,
legs underwater.
Pretty sure
and
that's
stuff.
not how it works, but I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe megalodons were different to modern
Pretty
sharks,
sure, yeah.
even though it was only a few million years ago, and
Yeah.
sharks have been around for hundreds of millions of years.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then there's the fact that what really didn't make sense, but obviously from a movie standpoint, is the Meg has to chase the humans because
Yeah.
that's the movie. That's the movie.
But
So
you can make that argument for every single shark movie that comes out.
yeah.
So
It's just-
overall, you
yeah.
just have to accept that bit that in movies, sharks hunt humans.
Yeah, but the problem with it I had is the shark goes to this beach which is full of people, but the Pacific Ocean, which I've been led to believe is quite a sizable place, there are tons of things living there. Why is it go? Because it's not like it can see them or it can hear them.
Nope.
Like it's in the ocean. There's tons of animals. There's whales. Megalodons used to eat whales. Like why doesn't it? Why doesn't it just go and eat those whales? Why don't it just eat the other sharks we see in the movie?
Yeah.
There's a bit with these shark this blood gets in the water and these sharks all pop out of nowhere. Like you barely see any other sharks in the movie. They pop up now and then.
Yeah.
But you have to ignore stuff like that. Again, you say it's sort of popcorn flicky, so you kind of have to ignore things like that.
Exactly, yeah.
But other than that, it was good. It was never boring. I thought it was well paced.
Yeah.
The writing was a bit.
I like the connection
Silly.
between the characters. I like that. I could
Yeah.
follow that. I could go along with it, so to speak. Yeah.
Although the main romance was a bit pointless.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
think like, oh, here comes the obligatory flirting scene. That's
And
random.
what's funny is near the start, Jason Statham saves this woman who turns out his ex-wife. There's literally no reason to be his ex-wife. I think they speak like twice, and then it's
Yeah.
it's pointless, really.
Yeah.
It's just for a funny reveal, but other than that, no. Overall, I can't say loads about it. I just enjoyed it. I thought it was, again, if it's on TV at some point, I'll watch it. I really can't think of much else aside from all those, when you're sitting there thinking, well, why would it do that and why would it do this? You sort of those kind of questions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, out of 5, I'd say maybe 3.5, 4, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'd say definitely like
enjoyable.
3.5 easily.
Yes, if you're a dedicated shark expert, this movie's probably going to annoy you and you're not going to like it.
Yeah.
But if you're just someone who likes going to the cinema to enjoy yourself,
Yep.
then yeah, it was
It'd be
fun.
fine though, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
Yeah.
it. So, yeah. So, what would you say out of 5?
I'd say 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5. So, that's our conclusions here. So, 3.5, 4. Good movie.
Good movie.
Not Jaws, but it doesn't really try to be Jaws.
No.
I mean, obviously, you have that problem. It perpetuates this myth that sharks are just mega vicious creatures that will will angrily attack everything. Like I've seen sharks in the ocean swim. Like they move actually really slowly and really calmly. They'll go to food, like when you're chumming, which is when you put food in the water for them to track them. They'll go, and if you move this, and they'll sort of go, oh okay, and then they'll go down. They don't stop, angrily flailing around. But again, it makes more Hollywood sense to have a shark that would do that.
Yeah.
So
overall, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yes.
I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a good movie.
But it was, so, good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.